Alright. You can start right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that clip in the intermission there, I didn't actually realize there'd be audio for it. Which is, great. So, yeah, that's a thing. This is Star Fox 64. Let me show off something in this game before we start the run. If you zoom right into Venom, the game lags as you go past it. That's basically showing how close to the absolute cusp of the N64's processing power this game comes. So lag reduction is a pretty major part. Are you ready with the timer? Maybe? I don't know. I guess so. Alright, I'm gonna give a countdown then. 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Star Fox 64 Blue Line. This is basically like the easy mode of the game, but it is definitely not like the easiest run, for sure. This is an extremely optimized category, as is every other category in this game. We really hate our wingmates, so we're gonna shoot them a lot, like that, because Slippy is a jerk. And just kidding, Slippy's actually my waifu. Slippy's amazing. There is a separate category that I'm gonna do after this called Kill Slippy. It's its own category. It's so great. But we do actually want to shoot Peppy a lot here. The reason that we're killing our wingmates is actually mostly for lag reduction. So like 90% of this run is boosting and lag reduction. And your wingmates fly around the screen like crazy. Their audio lines cause lag. It's just like you'll lose a ton of time to lag. You'll probably lose like a minute and a half to lag if you do no lag reduction strats. You'll also notice that I'm half boosting. The most optimal way of boosting in these auto-scroller stages is to do half boosting, because your boost meter will go down at a faster rate for the first half, and there's a couple of frames where your boost meter won't start going down if you full boost. So you save about 2 to 3 seconds in each stage, and about 15 seconds over the course of the run while you're half boosting as opposed to full boosting. Yeah, we did meet Kill Slippy, which is going to be great. Woo! Awesome. So there are 7 stages in this run, as with every other Star Fox run. It's kind of a branching paths game if you haven't played it. So based on your actions in the game, you are going to branch different paths. Now the reason I killed Peppy in this stage is because he can cut in front and detonate on the boss, and basically get in your way so you don't get the quick kill. So this boss is kind of tricky. We're going to basically line ourselves up with the tree there, and just try and mash our way through this boss fight, and he's dead. It's a fantastic boss fight. So I did actually lose time on that fight there. And that's mostly because of the cutscene RNG. And yes, I said cutscene RNG. I lost about a second and a half to the RNG. Based on how your wingmates fly around, as well as you after the cutscene finishes, well, sorry, after you kill the boss, you can lose as much as about 4 seconds on this. All of the strats that we do are to try and seed a good RNG for this in the first stage, but it doesn't always work for reasons unknown. This game seeds RNG from like your high scores and stuff, and this is a new cart, so my old cart would have done well. But my old cart died 2 weeks ago, which is great.
Old cart. I'll miss you.
It didn't die. The save battery died, which is the only time I've ever had a save battery die in an N64 game. Yeah, that's a big difference between hug and don't hug. You should vote for don't hug. I'm the $5.
Hug the goat. Hug it.
Don't hug the goat.
Hug the hope.
Yo, so Meteo is, for lack of a better term, a boring stage. It's about 3.5 minutes of basically this. So we're just gonna try and like not get shot for the most part. There is a strat later in the stage that saves about 30 seconds, assuming I can get it properly, but it's super free, so I'm not too worried about it. If you're wondering, world record in this category is 25:13. I actually did a run of this last night at Sunshine for V-Man, which is another stream going on right now for a speedrunner named V-Man, and I lost my wings halfway through the run and still ended up with a 25, so like there's not a lot of variance in this run. It's pretty easy to get a decent time. This is a very beginner-friendly run. And there's a ton of resources out there for it if you're interested in picking it up. Just message me or any other runner. Every goat deserves a hug. No, they don't. Not when they try and destroy the world. I wouldn't say so, at least. I guess that's kind of major spoilers, isn't it? Whoops.
We didn't reference anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, fair enough.
We're as far as they know, we're talking about some random goat. We're talking about Goat Simulator.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Goat Simulator, and we're also talking about the secret goat boss in Star Fox 64. If you didn't know about that. Also, I do have a on-the-spot incentive. If we can raise $3,600 by the end of the Sonic Adventure 2 run, I'm gonna sing some crappy Bee Gees song, like the first minute of it. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be funny. So get your donations in if you want to see that.
Get your Bee Gees on, kids.
Yeah, the Bee Gees are great. They're a band that always sings really high-pitched songs, which is fantastic. Singing on the same octave is really funny. Your grandma doesn't know what a goat hug is? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this section right here is very, very laggy. It's very difficult to not lag. Sing it doesn't matter, fair enough. So this warp section is actually the reason why this category exists. So first of all, if we take all 7 of these little warp areas, you will end up in a different section of the stage. That's actually banned in this category. And the reason for that is originally when this category came to fruition, it did 6 out of the 7 stages exactly the same as any percent. So they had to ban warps in order to make the 2 categories discernible from each other. Oh, sing It Doesn't Matter at the end of SA2B? Oh, that works too. And since warps are banned, this is actually close to an all-boss category, while any percent will just go through another auto-scroller section in this stage, which is incredibly boring. We get to fight a nice meme boss. This boss is so hard, we can loop in the middle of the fight. And it doesn't matter. At all. Like, you don't lose any time by doing that. You can actually skip a cycle here by killing that jewel while he's shooting at you. We're gonna loop again because I'm bored. That's pretty much it. And then loop again. I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't get the third meme loop. And this boss actually moves around a surprising amount in this 3rd section, so this can be actually quite awkward. I had a bad 3rd phase, but the 1st and 2nd phases were pretty much as good as you can ask for.
But I'm in a hurry.
That cutscene is great. If you look at my Twitter, there's a nice little variance of that cutscene. Do a backflip. Do a loop. Try a somersault.
Obligatory do a barrel roll meme.
I hate you. Also, Peppy never says do a barrel roll in this run. Because he normally says it in Corneria, Medio, and Titania. Now, I don't actually remember if I did the thing that made him say do a barrel roll because I wasn't really paying attention, and this game is just second nature at this point. But in Medio and Titania, he's dead. So, yeah. Since we're doing Pacifist and Undertale, I figured we'd do the genocide run of Star Fox 64 just to kind of make up for it, because we're killing our wingmates a lot. In fact, this stage, we actually start by shooting Falco, because he's a great wingmate.
That ain't Falco.
That ain't Falco?
I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, I shot Falco. So I'm lining myself up with the back of the level here, and this is because this stage actually takes advantage of the only glitch that we use in this run, which is the infinite height glitch. So if you U-turn over and over again, the game doesn't check to see your height value. You normally have like a little box that you're supposed to be inside of for all these stages. So it can't really detect the fact that you're higher than you should be. It makes you drift down slowly because, like, by default, the U-turn will make you increase height, so that was kind of their way of combating the fact that people could get really high, but they didn't think about people not touching the control stick So yeah, if you don't touch the stick, you just get higher and higher. So getting high is my favorite pastime activity, especially in speedrunning. And Starwolf, actually, in this fight, is going to spawn in about 30 seconds in the lower right corner of the minimap. We're basically going to bomb them, like, into oblivion as soon as they arrive. It's a really great fight. I hope I don't mess it up. I've had a bad track record as of late with this trick, but it's kind of funny. I don't know. If you U-turn enough times, I think it's around 40 times, you will actually crash the game because you get to the top of the map and the game's just like, what do I do?
A bomb has been planted at the base.
But we don't even get close to that. That's only 17 U-turns.
Can anyone take care of it?
So yeah, there's 1 bomb, there's 2 bomb, and there's 3 bomb. And 1 of them looped, 2 of them looped, 3 of them looped. That's awesome. That was terrible. That's about as bad as you can ask for.
Just what I need to see. Star Wolf.
Yeah, so that was a pretty typical marathon Starwolf. Figured I'd damage my wings just to make up for the fact that was unbelievably terrible. So I'm already losing time on this split. I lost about 15 seconds on that. Normally you can kill Starwolf in about 6 seconds if you do 3 well-placed bombs, but my bombs were a little bit too close to me. I detonated them all a little bit early. Actually, I only lost 13 seconds, so that's not that bad.
Repairs complete on Flippy's ship.
So we've got Sector X coming up, and Sector X is probably the hardest stage in the run, in terms of an auto-scroller stage. 5 out of the 7 stages in this run are auto-scrollers, and 3 out of those are incredibly easy. Sector X and Titania are the ones that are not incredibly easy, and then the 2 ones that are all range mode, which is kind of the mode in the last stage where you're flying around like crazy, those are both pretty difficult. So yeah, the hardest thing in the entire run is right there. It's the menuing to not go to solar, because if I go to solar, my run is dead. Like, I've failed the category. It's actually faster to go to solar, but after solar, that only seeds into Macbeth, which is an incredibly slow stage, so it's not faster overall. We're gonna try and get Falco like as low on health as humanly possible in order to kill him in the next stage, because he appears like right at the start of the next stage. I kind of said screw it to the boosting there to try and shoot him a little bit more. That'll be good enough for health. Normally you can get him so that his health isn't showing like at all, but I got shot a couple times, so yeah, that's, I don't know, not great. We're just gonna cut around here to reduce lag. These 3 enemies here, if you've lost your wings, will drop a laser upgrade, so that's a little noteworthy. This stage is pretty similar to the any % version of this stage, because like the first half is exactly the same when you're going through here, but the second half is actually different because there is a warp in this stage. And if you take the warp, you failed the category because, again, that's like against the rules or whatever. We're going to kill Peppy here because Genocide is my favorite Undertale category. Shoutouts to Genocide for being the best ending in Undertale. And we're going to go right here. This actually is a little bit faster than going left, even without taking the warp, because when you go left, there's a ton of stuff happening. Like, the entire base is exploding, and you just don't really want to deal with that, and you take a ton of damage too. I mean, you'll take a lot of damage in this area too. Those 8 enemies that appeared on the side there, they can all crash into each other and you can get a gold ring, and that's kind of when I know that I have a run going, is if I get the meme ring there. It's pretty great. We're not gonna answer Rob's phone call here because Rob is like our clingy girlfriend. He calls like, this is a 25-minute run and Rob calls us, I think it's 5 times. So like, nobody's that clingy. Nobody's that important. So, I
He
don't
only
know.
does it because he cares.
I know he cares, but you know what? I need some space, Rob.
Just be honest with him. Tell him.
Rob, I want you to go away. I am not happy with this. And now we're gonna fight Rob because Rob is upset that that we told him to go away. So yeah, oh Rob, you got a lot bigger. Oh no, this isn't gonna go well. So this fight has a quick kill. It is very difficult, and if I fail it, I'll be sad. If you fail this quick kill, you lose 17 seconds because of cycles. But I'm gonna go for it. Say screw it to marathon safety. Yo, we made it. That's awesome.
Hey.
You have to shoot like almost at the button limit of the N64 and have every single shot hit him. It's actually it's a lot harder than it looks. And he's dead. Yeah, the second part of that fight is free. We're gonna boost in the cutscene because that actually does save time. That was a really bad stage actually, but whatever. I will take it. Oh yeah, Falco said heck. Yeah, there's swearing in this game.
Not kid friendly.
I think there's a version of this game, like an early prototype, where he said hell.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yo, something mediocre's getting hype in the chat here. That's awesome. Yeah, so there's only like, I don't know, maybe 5 runners who have ever gotten that quick kill. It's pretty hard, actually. Like, you have to mash pretty fast. And we're going to do the second hardest input in this run. And I say second hardest, but I really mean hardest because I'll probably be more nervous after that stage than after the first one. And we haven't failed the category. This is a blue line run. We did it.
Hey.
So right off the bat, Falco's going to just cut in front on top of the stage, and we're going to kill him. Rip Falco. That's what you get for saying heck in the last stage.
Dirty bird. Dirty mouth.
Yeah, you have to mash a lot of fast. So in the Landmaster, quarter boosting is optimal because you see how slowly the boost meter goes up and then it goes down very quickly. We can use that to our advantage because at the start it goes up a lot slower than near the end. And that means that quarter boosting is optimal. This is the same for all range mode, by the way. I just shot a bomb there because those 3 enemies actually cause about 5 seconds of lag throughout the stage. And it's worth it to do the about a second of lag by shooting a bomb. The strats were found by myself, another comedian, and a runner named RotDog, who played this game twice on stream and then never played it again.
Shoutouts to RotDog.
Yeah, RotDog's a good guy. He runs like everything. He's also from British Columbia, which is a great place. Shoutouts to British Columbia. Yeah, so we're going to shoot another bomb there. That was a horrible bomb shot. You're supposed to shoot it above the hill there and shoot all these bombs and enemies. If you do it properly, which is like pretty much a task strat, nothing will be on the other side of that hill. I'm going to grab this other bomb here for like extreme marathon safety. Yeah. I don't think Falco can find the 4th Chaos Emerald. I don't think it's going to happen. So we were looking up in the first half of the stage. Now we're going to look down, and that's basically because of the trail of smoke that's following us. In the second half of the stage, there's more stuff flying above us, so it's faster to scroll the camera down, but in the first half, there's... Actually, I got that backwards. But yeah, like, it's basically like the trail of smoke dictates... and the camera panning and how many enemies are above you dictates when you should pan the camera up or down. This section, it actually doesn't really matter that much, but I'm just more comfortable holding up on the control stick as opposed to down. So yeah. These pillars, I'm actually specifically going out of my way to fall them in a certain direction because they do cause a ton of lag if they fall behind you. And this is the boss, so we're going to full boost into the boss fight and mash and try and take out his tentacles there really fast. And since we did that properly, this boss fight has no music. It's just...
Nice.
We're sitting here in silence, and it's really awkward. The only other boss that I know of that you can do this on... Yo, nice RNG! Just kidding, that was terrible. The only other boss that I know of that you can do this on is in Zonus, and if you do it, there's like a 50-50 shot that you soft lock. Yo, nice RNG! What terrible RNG. Okay, so that was actually, all things considered, not a bad boss fight. He gave me the second worst possible RNG seed. The only thing worse that he can do is in his second phase, lower his head. But yeah, I mean, it's not too bad.
Aircraft report.
So we got Bolse coming up, and Bolse is the run killer. I was gonna make a joke that every stage is the run killer, but that's really not true. Bolse is the only run killer. I guess Venom kind of is too, but Bolse is a stage that's very, very, very difficult because there's a core that you basically have to shoot through in order to kill at the very end of the stage. So you lag the heck out of the game, and the game actually despawns the hitbox for the core. And this really works best on N64. It's a lot more difficult on other versions of the game, but you lag the game so much that it just despawns this hitbox and you can shoot right through it. And there are a bunch of nodes on the core. There are 8 nodes. You have to kill all 8 to beat the stage. In order to get the core to spawn, there's 6 energy towers that you have to take out, and then a cutscene will play taking the shield down, and after that cutscene you got to get 10 points. And if you get the points before the cutscene, they don't count, which is great. So we're gonna go the same direction that the stage is rotating here. Sorry, the opposite direction, or is it the same direction? I don't know. I'm stupid. But either way, all these towers are dead. We're gonna cut around this way. We're gonna do unlock charge shots on a bunch of turrets here, and there are a bunch of turrets surrounding these energy towers, as you might have seen, but probably didn't because that was kind of fast. If you use an unlock charge shot, which is done by holding Z and R while charging, you can shoot the ground near these turrets and take them right out right away. That was the worst possible RNG I could have gotten. Usually you'll get like 1 or 2 kills with your bomb, but we got a 1 pass on the core. I'll take it. Good enough. I'm gonna predict my runtime is gonna be 25-35. This next stage is definitely like not trivial, but that's my prediction.
You might be right.
You may be right. You may be crazy. Those are the only lines I know of that song, so that's all I'm gonna sing.
Venom, here we come.
I think the next part talks about lunatics.
Something about lunatics? I don't know. I've never heard it. So Venom is the final stage of the run. If you're doing the red line run, or like doing a red line run, or a stage where you come from Area 6 into this stage, you will fight Starwolf in this stage, and you won't go through this section. There are 2 different versions of Venom. This is the quote-unquote easy version. It is way harder than the hard version, and if you're playing this on Expert, this is the hardest game in the stage in the game to not die on, by a long shot. There's a ton of enemies everywhere. I don't think I've ever actually gotten the medal on this version of the stage. There is a path for score that's a lot harder, but whatever. We're going to take out a lot of these butterfly enemies because they do shoot orbs at you. They give you blue balls, and those do tend to cause a lot of lag. And plus we'll get a laser upgrade there. I don't think I mentioned at any point in the run, but laser upgrades actually repair your wings. So once you grab one, you'll have full wing health. Wing health is basically dictated by the number of hits your wings take. If you lose your wings, well, either one of your wings, you lose all your laser upgrades. So instead of doing 4 times regular damage, we're doing 1 times regular damage, which is fantastic when that happens. And I had a run last night where I lost my wings halfway through, which was great.
Feel bad.
Yeah, shoutouts to TGH for moving his time slot to the end of the marathon, because now I can have dinner with my grandparents.
Base
So,
TGH.
totally based TGH. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make the run. We killed Peppy. We did it.
We did it, right?
Yeah, so Peppy's objectively the worst wingmate in this game. Slippy gives you boss health and access to the boss's hitbox in Titania. Falco is annoying and will fly in front of you and cause a bunch of lag, and Peppy will fly in front of you while you're trying to kill the Sector Y and Corneria bosses and lose you a ton of time. So yeah, shoutouts to Peppy for sucking. So this is Golem. This boss is actually like probably a lot harder than it looks. He's got a bunch of parts of his body that you have to shoot, including his butt. Shoutouts to the butt for being the objectively best part of the body. That was a pretty good fight. basically like mashing is key. So you kind of have to like cycle between fast mashing and kind of slowish mashing. And
I'll go it alone.
by doing that, you kind of try and even out the amount of lag in the boss fight. Because if you mash too fast, you cause too much lag, and then you shoot really slowly. So if you kind of just like cycle between mashing fast and mashing slowly, you're good. But yeah, this is Andros Tunnel. I did take a little bit of damage in Golem, so my wings aren't at full health. Now they're definitely not at full health, but we're just gonna go balls deep on this, because why not? I didn't lose my wings. We have a run.
We did it.
We did it, Reddit. We did it. So yeah, going through these doors does save a little bit of time. It saves about a second versus not going through them. We're gonna full boost there because the trigger for the boss is actually before the door. It's right where the laser upgrade is. And this boss fight is really, really fast. So get ready on time. We're just basically gonna take out both of his hands and then his eye. And then now comes the second phase of the fight. And time. So I'd like to state for the record that that was a 2-second gold on Venom.
Hey.
That's awesome. I'm good with that. Also, that was 25:33 by my timing. I don't know what you got, but... Yeah, I agree. TGH, don't hug the goat.
Gug the hope.
Gug the hoat. I'm just gonna unpause the stream here for a sec, see if we got any donations. Doesn't look like it.
Epic gold.
Yo, nice. I'm glad.
Right now I'm just gonna really quickly set up the SA2B and you won't have to do setup.
Hold on. Kill Slippy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you guys donated $111 out of $50 to see this fantastic run. So first of all, I'm gonna play my reset sound.
Why can't I do studio mode for text? This sucks. Oh, I think I needed to join.
Shoutouts to the Price is Right Failhorn, but I'm gonna start. We don't really need a timer. This is a bit of a meme category. So yeah. The world record for this is, I believe, 13.4 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna boost 4 times. Go to the far end of the screen here, and then full boost. That actually slows us down. And then when Slippy appears, we're gonna hold the brake, and this is terrible shooting. And time. He's dead, Jim. He's dead. I think that was
a great category.
I think that was a 16.
This is the best run in Star Fox 64.
Shoutouts to everyone who donated for that. It was $111 well spent. So yeah, thank you guys. We're gonna do Sonic Adventure 2 now. So I'll probably need a sec to set up. Also dying is fun. Yo, thanks. This is a great meme. So yeah, I'm just gonna set up. I probably should have left my console on,